Hey up everybody, Magpie Gaming here, and in this video I'm going to talk to you about cheats within PUBG. Now, I'm not going to help you cheat within PUBG, but I'm going to talk about those that are cheating within PUBG. Now, recently PUBG put a statement out which was an apology for a battle points error that had been happening on the servers. And this was been ongoing since the 20th of December, I think until sometime last week. I'm not too sure on that. But basically what was happening was the battle points wasn't playing out properly, so they'd adjusted the servers and said that everybody would be reimbursed. And the answers to this statement was basically, we don't give a crap about your battle points, sort the cheats out. Now, cheating within PUBG is nothing new. It's been there probably since day 2 that the game was released, and it comes in waves. Basically, you will get cheats building up, there'll be more and more, and then a ban wave will come and these people vanish. And then once they get around the anti-cheat technology, wave of cheats starts to build up again. Now, just recently it has got to the point where people that were thinking of buying this game are now put off buying it because they've heard of how much cheating goes on with it, and people that currently own the game have got to the point where they're actually not playing no more because cheats has become such a nuisance within the game and become so prevalent that it's just basically making the game unplayable for some people. Now, some of the guys that I game with and some of the fellow YouTubers that I know have noted that it seems to be worse in third person perspective than it does in first person. Now, one of the few reasons for that could be that third person was around a lot longer than first person, or maybe it's just easier to do the cheats for the third person, I don't know. But we have noticed that it seems to be a lot less in first person, although they're still there, but there doesn't seem to be as many. Now, PUBG have admitted themselves that a vast majority of cheats emanate from China. Why this is, nobody knows. I mean, there is a massive gaming community within China, so it's maybe just because their gaming community is a lot bigger, the amount of cheats is a lot bigger too. It's not really known why, but a lot come from China. And there is now currently a big push within the PUBG community to have a region lock placed on China, or have a region lock placed on the game as a whole. Now, this is something that would prove probably quite unpopular for a lot of people, myself included. I understand where they're coming from with asking for a region lock on China. Vast majority of cheats come from there, lock that country down, problem solved. To a point, cheats would still exist but wouldn't be nowhere near as many as there is right now. Is it right to lock a full country down? Not too sure. Brendan Green himself has said that amounts to racism. I don't buy that whatsoever. It's not racist. You're banning cheats, you're not banning them because they're Chinese. That would be racist. So for me, something has to change within this game. Everybody acknowledges that. I think PUBG acknowledged that to a certain point. They have recently released an update to PUBG. I think it's in the test server at the moment. I don't think it's actually on the live game, but it will be going live soon. I might be wrong, it might be live now, I'm not too sure. But basically you will be able to use the replay function to report cheaters. So you'd be able to report people that are cheating before they've actually killed you. Whereas at the moment, the only way to report a cheater is when they've killed you and then you get the report screen. But you will be able to do it from the replay function, which is a step in the right direction. But anti-cheat technology exists. BattleEye are the ones that run this for PUBG, and they themselves got to, I think it was the 28th of December, they put a tweet out to say they'd banned 1.5 million people from the game. They were running at something like 6,000 to 8,000 bans a day, also acknowledging that the vast majority of those were from Chinese IP addresses. So 1.5 million for a game that's on the cusp of hitting 28 million in sales. 1.5 million is a hell of a lot of people to be cheating. And what are the consequences for cheating? Well, you lose access to that copy of the game, and then people just buy another one and carry on. There's no real consequences to cheating other than losing access to that copy of the game. You can then just buy another one and away you go. Now, in a previous video I said that maybe the consequences of cheating should go as deep as your Steam account. So maybe there's a lock on your Steam account for 30 days if you're caught cheating within PUBG. You know, it needs to be tied into things on the Steam level. I think obviously there's a lot of people out there that are cheating. Some of these people will have invested a hell of a lot in their Steam library. if they were then told that they would lose access to that for a temporary amount of time because they've been cheating in PUBG, maybe that would make them think twice about cheating in that one game because they're going to lose access to a lot of others. Or maybe make their Steam account limited functionality. So let's say for instance they're unable to use the chat function, or they're unable to play other games online. There needs to be more consequences for cheating within this game. That would be one way to tackle things. Obviously the anti-cheat technology is there and it does work to a point, but it's not working quick enough. People are getting seriously put off the game and they're not happy about it. Now, a region lock is one way to control things. Some people have asked for the regions just to be locked completely. So in the EU, you'd only be able to play with people in the EU. Now, that's not going to work too well for me and some other people that I know, because we like to play with people from other countries, from other regions, and I don't think that ability should be taken away. Now, if you region lock a game, you can use a VPN to get around that, obviously, but VPNs are very hit and miss. There are some out there that are targeted at gamers and say that they give you better bandwidth, etc, etc, but nothing is going to beat just that, the raw connection you can get within a game that isn't region locked. Using a VPN is always going to degrade your connection. Now, at the moment, there is currently an online petition running to ask for Bluehole to put a complete ban on China, to put a complete region lock on them. Now, PUBG don't actually run the servers in China. They're run by Tencent, which is a Chinese gaming company. PUBG were not allowed to run their own servers within China. It had to be done through Tencent. Tencent won the rights to host the servers there. Now, could it be that there's something that Tencent can do themselves to try and combat this? Or would they even want to? It's all up in the air right now, but everybody is in agreement that something needs to be done about the cheats. The cheaters and the hackers are even trying to hide the fact that they're cheating and they're hacking. They're quite openly doing it. They don't really care who sees them doing it. It seems like the consequences for doing it are not far-reaching enough. How many times does a player need to be reported in a 24-hour period before BattleEye actually look at them to see if they are cheating? I would assume that if you see a dodgy kill, or well, say you're killed in a dodgy way and you report that person, I highly doubt that if they've been reported once, somebody then checks it. I think somebody needs to be reported lots of times within a certain amount of time to be investigated by BattleEye. But as I say, it's very much up in the air right now. PUBG have been fairly quiet. They do admit, yes, that there are a lot of cheats and a lot of them come from China. They do admit that it's an issue and it needs sorting out, but they're not very forthcoming with how they're going to do this. And they don't seem to be very forthcoming with, we're actively looking into it, give us a break, we will get to it, sort of thing. With updates and bug fixes, yeah, they're on top of those all the time, but what's the point in fixing a broken game if the people that are playing it are the ones that are ultimately breaking it for everybody else? So it's going to be a case of watch this space. We'll have to wait and see what's done. Would a region lock help? I don't know. It isn't something that I would personally like to see. Obviously, it's done in a lot of games and it's done quite well. Overwatch, a popular game, uses region locks. Nobody really bitches about that. But for PUBG, it's been open regions since day one, so to change it now wouldn't really make sense. But what I want to know is, what are your thoughts and feelings on this? Have you encountered cheats within PUBG? Which at the moment is probably a silly question. The answer would be an astounding yes, you have. If you're a regular player, you must have done very recently encountered cheats within this game. But what do you think to a region lock? Is that the answer? Would just locking China be the answer? Or should better anti-cheat technology be employed? Or maybe all of the above? Let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comment section below. As always, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching and listening. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.